Mr. Ride Along, front seat exclusive. This your girl, Miss Info, and we got JAYBOSS. What's good? Like
let me try to look good, because you know this is the man that's always recording the whole world.
Right.
I'm new
now
to
you're
this.
being recorded.
I can't. Okay. Can I get a perm, please? You know.
For those of you that don't know, JAYBOSS is a legend in Rough Riders, right? He's the president of the Lower East Side. He's been the president since as long as I've been a Rough Rider. That's been 2008 when I became a Rough Rider. So you've been the president, long-standing in Lower East Side. You are the CEO of JAYBOZZTV. You have been the record keeper of Rough Riders lifestyles. You are the car show guru with your amazing vehicle that wins every single car show that I've been to and seen you participate. So, did I leave out anything? Like, you're just—
God is good. That's all I can say. We all know God is good, and He's the one that just give me enough energy to do things what I'll do, and being part of the Rough Rider lifestyle is incredible. It's incredible. To be exact, started—
Can we start at the beginning of your journey?
Of course we can start.
You came into— I know, like, there's so much. Like, okay, so when did you start with Rough Riders?
With Rough Riders, I
let's start
started
there.
sometime, mistaken, 2005, 2006.
Okay.
It was about that time. I was just riding, and in the early 2000, I think Scorp I didn't know Scorpio back then. This is just randomly. I always been in the street with cameras. I was in Flatland, Brooklyn, by the Boulevard, everywhere, the Bronx, the tanks, the races. I was always filming, recording. Until one day, Rough Riders came out, and they were out there wilding, looking into it, and a lot of people don't know. Before I became a Rough Riders, I think I probably joined 2 other clubs now that I was looking for it, but they saw the way I was. They want to initiate me into their club, which is C1, was one of them. They were located in Queens. I had a friend that was with them and actually invited me. I was in the Lower East Side, and they popped up the block, wheeling, going crazy, and you want to be part of it. Was there for a little bit. I wasn't too familiar with it, but then Rough Rider was out there. I said, I belong in Harlem, where they at, man, because I know UIE back then, and I used to be a lot in Randall's Island, and then they spread out. I was one of the founders of the, I think it was East Coast Militia. That was like one of the crew that we put together. People didn't really know about it, but I was there like probably, it was 5 of us, we started, it was like 10 members, and I still didn't feel that connection, just me baking one, because I wasn't into it like that. But at the end of the day, you know, and I got videos to back that up, because I do have other cuts. Nobody ever knew, and people always thought, this is your first club you come to? Not club, the first one I was initiated in, because they just love my vibe, and I just got the best. Never got to prosper or anything like that. The second one, we put it together because things was going differently, and I managed to join and be one of the 5 founders. Then from there on, Rough Riders, like I said, we were in the event. I bumped into Scorpio, which we were just talking with. I talk with everybody. I mingle with, talk with everybody, and we get the click going on. I think he had told me, I said, yo, I love your helmet. He had the German helmet with the R. So I already knew about Rough Riders, because every time I got pulled over a rider, you one of those Rough Riders out. I said, bro, you don't see nothing with an R in it. So I'm not one of them, man, but I ride with them, but that's about it. And at the end of the day, I remember he gave me a helmet. And that helmet probably meant a lot in a way, and it's in YouTube. I got a little documentary on it, and you want to look at it, then you see the whole story. I don't want to go through the whole thing here, but long story short, that helmet saved me from a lot. Meaning, I was in an accident using that helmet. You know, I fell off, not a bike. I don't even want to get too much into detail that just having the helmet on without a bike, that saved my life. And I said, this helmet has something special. And when he had in the helmet, I think he had told me, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, Scorpio of anything, but he said, well, I'm going away for a few. I'm gonna hand in this helmet to you. And 2 years, I think after that, I think it was like 2002, 2003, about 2005, 2006, I joined the family. I met BB back in Lower East Side. He was a Rough Rider with New York. City Rough Rider, and that's how I became, stop by and enjoy the environment with the President Clyde back then. And that's how I became a Rough Rider, just because I knew there was something missing that wasn't really fulfilling my need when it comes into the family situation, but being a Rough Rider, being that I knew a lot of people too. And yeah, I said, you know what, I think this is probably where I belong, and I joined, and from there on, from 2006 that I got vested, I think by 2008, I was the president. It was just a lot, but I was like one of the loyal people and the last one to make it home. Every time we had an event, I'm the last one to go home, and that's what it was all about.
So real quick, for those that don't know who Scorpio is, explain a little bit of who Scorpio is, for those that don't know.
Scorpio, man, you're gonna have to look it up, because Scorpio, it was more, when I met him, he was more like a family. He was out in the street. And I think without Scorpio, I don't think this lifestyle had grown and gotten big as it is right now, because he was out there doing his thing.
Big bags.
Everybody, much respect, Wink 1100. I still got his cornflake, sign up, because when he was out there with little Cheerios or whatever it was called, because I can't remember, but I have all those little things that I collect for Rough Riders, saved up.
Do you still have that helmet?
Huh?
Do you still have that helmet?
I still got that helmet to this day. Scorpio wanted it back, and I refuse to give it back. I already got it like scratched up and stuff, but that's like one of the first 12 of the helmets that they ever made that I kept and I still have to this day. And I'm enjoying that, and at the same time, it's just too crazy how it just happened. And within 2-3 years after that, I became a Rough Rider.
So you became president 2 years after joining.
I was with New York City Rough Riders.
And then you got members to, come into the Lower East Side.
Yep.
Shout out to the Lower East Side chapter.
Yep.
What challenges, how hard was that to really come in and then become like the leader of a whole group of people?
It was kind of challenging for the simple fact that my president back then, which was Clyde, much respect to him, wherever he's at right now. I have bumped into him a couple of times, and how you doing? No animosity to him. He was always great. I was always good with him. And that's one of the reasons that, he had me real close to him on everything he was doing. I think opportunity, because he was president of New York City, and he was a state rep at the same time. A couple of times we went to Yonkers Powerhouse, and there was like a standing. I noticed there was like a list, Rough Riders chapter standings on, and I see New York in the bottom. Like, why we in the bottom? This is like the Mecca. We like the big one in New York from everywhere else. And that made me open up into do something different for New York itself. I started coming up with the idea as, let me get a jet ski. Maybe I could put sport in the water with the R. That's where Water Unit came across. Spoke to Clyde about it. I don't know what was going back and forth in between. But then I said, if I open up a division that has to do with water, it would be Water Unit. I mean, I came with different names, like New York City, H2O Squad, Water Unit, and who knows how many other names, but Water Unit stuck more into it. And once E-Money said, man, put the proposal in. Because I think the transition was happening around that time, and we put it in, or he used to be a lot with Wild, and Wild said, well, we got to check you out, see what's going on. I had my guys, my members, we were like over 10. We had jet ski, we hit the Hudson River, we went out, Yonkers loaded up, we started riding up and down, and I managed to get, life vests with the R in the back. We started tagging up the jet ski, and people started seeing them. Rough Riders in jet skis, we do it all. No matter what. But being that I know it's a fast moving speed, water, and the adventure is there, I decided, we could make this thing happen. Proposal went in, E-Money came back, we're like, yo, you got approved. I said, what? And you got your members. I said, well, most of the members, willing to transfer and all that. And I managed to open up the chapter, Rough Riders, LES Rough Rider Water Unit. And that's at the beginning, people were like, what the hell is Water Unit? Selling water? Why? I used to travel around and people asked. I
remember asking when I first became a member, hearing about the Water Unit. I'm like, well, what do they do? Are they on a beach? Or?
it was exciting though, because we were having fun. The same way we were riding bike, we had the cars, we had the dogs. I said jet ski, and I gotta give it to my sister Yaya, because I said, if we gotta put this out there, I'm gonna have to invite my sister Yayi. Loca was a big help. She was also in my chapter, and we managed to locate the Yayi, and she like, oh hell yeah, I'm down to go with you guys. And at the beginning, the beginning of 2008, 2009, 2010, there's videos out there in YouTube that I have that. You know, Yayi's out there wilding out on the jet ski, you know, with her stilettos. So it's like, what?
I love it.
You couldn't get any better than that.
She's fire.
That came across and started moving it. Yeah. And oh my God, the fun we had with Yayi all the time. She always, well, she never said no to anything we wanted to do. Even our first event, which we had in 2010. That's the first event and the only event we ever had. It's just so weird, and I know every chapter, every year got something going on. Long story, but after that event, then, you know, I guess my transition of seeing Rough Riders and bringing everybody together, I said there's love around the world that I think I would like to see.
Now, just getting into that. So how was JAYBOSS TV born? Like, what made you start chronicling,
recording and
I think
bringing the first travel I think was
order of Rough Riders events. Like, why did you start that?
Because even if I knew that what I was gonna do was gonna take me as far as I gotten to this day, especially in YouTube, I don't think I would have done it. But I guess because of the passion and the love I have for Rough Riders, and being family oriented, I said, there's gotta be more than just this in New York. One of the first places I went to was, I guess, Miami. You know, and then from Miami, Myrtle Beach, I've been all over, but being that I went to Miami every year, I was going out there and doing the event, and I was shooting this video, editing it, putting it up there. Nobody knew who the hell was JAYBOSS TV, because I was quiet. I show up to the event, I'll introduce myself, but nobody know I'm filming and posting. And people were just like shocked, asking around like, who was that person? Is always shooting video. And a big shout out to, you know, to Video from LA. He was like one of the first guys out there that he was shooting video. I met him down the road, you know, once we were doing things, because I wasn't a person looking on YouTube on what was out, but I got to see some of his video. So I said, you know what? Traveling and going around, I think that's something totally different than just running the chapter. I'm a VP, you know, you take care of the house while I go out and I'll travel, because I have to see what Rough Rider is worldwide. They say we're worldwide or citywide. I'm going planet-wide, because I'm going all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's how JAYBOSS started. Once I started filming, then I started tagging it. And then I said, should I just put the R, just leave it alone with JAYBOSS? So I left it with JAYBOSS TV, and so I just initiated. You see the R with the little diamonds that everybody got. So I took a picture of that, stretched it, and put JAYBOSS in the center. And that's, everybody always knew, or I knew when somebody was watching JAYBOSS TV, because you hear the lightning at first. That was the first trademark. When the video's gonna start, you get that. And then the logo come up. I said, they're watching. So it was the sound and everything was coming in there. But that alone brought a lot of attention on, okay, JAYBOSS is going to here. So everybody's looking forward to an event, watching the video after that.
Well, I remember, you know, because I'm still involved in lifestyles. Back then, if you didn't make a cut on JAYBOSS TV, you weren't outside. That means you weren't outside, you weren't doing enough if you didn't get on one of your clips.
That joke came across. That joke came a long way. But like, if you're not on JAYBOSS TV, you ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing.
You know, you had to pop up. I mean, I get so many footages. And mind you, this is by myself.
Right.
People think JAYBOSS TV got a crew. This is me producing, filming, editing, and posting by myself, hours of work. And when we go to an event, you got the arrival, you could say, at the hotel. There's footages. Then we got the following day, which is gonna be the breakfast, and everybody get to, we here already. Once we hit the meet and greet, it's a wrap. Because meet and greet is gonna jump into the hood ride. And after the hood ride, the pool party. After the pool party, maybe a barbecue. After the barbecue, the main event. So it's a team non-sleep, you know, that's
Team
what it
No
was.
Sleep.
Team No Sleep
Yep.
was going on for so many years. Filming and filming. When I came home, I ran out of SD cards. I ran out of everything. I go to the store, buy more, and fill it in. And it was a lot. It was a lot. And I was just like posting the whole thing, going through it. And that's what I think came through, that everybody was into that JAYBOSS TV thing, because anybody want to see an event, what happened in Chicago? You don't want to see? Just watch JAYBOSS TV if you will go make it.
That's
so
right.
I think when I started filming, a lot of people couldn't travel, even including people from our chapter that I used to be with. They couldn't travel, they couldn't see. So I said, you know what? Let me bring it to their TVs. You know, let me film.
Makes sense.
Let me put it out there, let them know, hey, this is something bigger than what you just think. It's not just music. The lifestyle is more than just family oriented. You got people fainting, you got argument, you got fights, all the good stuff I put. All the negativity things, I left it in the side. And not meaning bad, because they were nothing bad, but things that could probably happen.
Getting people, you know, when
That's personal stuff, I did not do it. So if you were out there doing the wrong thing and I had your film, you got away with it, because I wasn't the guy to expose anything and everything. You know what I'm saying?
What has been a challenge for you, like, or really difficult for you, like, being a president, being, you know, trying to enjoy the lifestyles in
Water
itself,
unit and filming.
and film, and you know, traveling. Like, what has been the hard part for you?
Hard part.
And you've lost members as well in your chapter.
Yes, of course, of course. Rest in peace to all them. Yeah, of course, definitely. The hardest part is coming back home. Coming back home. I'm having so much fun, even though I miss home though, but coming back home. But one of the hardest thing is, like, I really had to hustle and struggle to put money together. Understand? This wasn't a GoFundMe or, oh, we're gonna give you this, Now I gotta appreciate, while I'm on the topic, you have most of the chapters, or you have most people that got me there. JAYBOSS, you gotta come to our event. We got your flight, we got your room. They always knew I love convertible. It'd be like, the convertibles on you. I said, I could take that.
I wondered how you had convertibles every time I saw you.
Everywhere I went, I had to have a convertible.
You
Else
kept
it
a
wasn't
convertible.
happening. And always had the hard time. But, you know, I got to appreciate that there was so many of them. Puerto Rico did a couple of times, and, you know, West Coast, and Phoenix went back to back like 2 or 3 times, and I was going through it with ATL because they both were doing the event at the same
both in
time.
January,
It was hard.
yeah.
It was hard, but there was always love for both, and I still took time, go to ATL and do for them. And hard for me to try to think now out of maybe, I must have like over 400, close to 500 videos. And it'll be hard for me to talk about all of them.
Right.
But I have fun on all events that I shot personally.
What you might not want to say it, I don't know, because I don't want.
No.
You might want to isolate. You don't want to isolate a chapter. But what was your favorite chapter event? What chapter was it?
Oh my God.
That you just was like the best filming, you had the best time, beautiful weather. You know, what was the you can say your top, let's give the top 3. So we want to eliminate people.
Top three. Of course. I mean, I definitely, one of my first, well, it's more than 3. Because I'm not going to flow with Miami. I first started Miami and shit was crazy.
Miami was lit.
Miami was lit. And I'm not going to lie. The DMX showed up on out there in the event.
I remember that.
That was crazy. And one of the biggest events was also in LA. LA, when they did their mansion party.
Yeah, shout out to Pretty Ricky.
Oh my God.
That's my dude.
Pretty Ricky was doing his thing back then too, man. And like I said, LA in the mansion is something I'll never forget. Remember, I'm still new. This is 2010, 2011 when it happened. They went big on that. I said, wow, these people for the event, they're gonna go all out.
All right,
Phoenix was back to back, and their theme was so different every time. You know, they were like one. Oh my God.
Now, you know, you and I got a funny story about Phoenix, you know.
The trophy, of course. I always remember that. We're going back and forth. They still send me one anyway. Go ahead, take it.
I still have it. I still have it to this day.
That Phoenix, I got it, you know, and they send me one and be like, bro, don't worry. I said, bro, I don't care, man. Whatever it is, that's what it is, man. I'm not going to sweat on it.
Further. Well, it depends on what highway you take.
Yeah. Oh my God,
If
that
you go
was a
through
good
Jersey,
experience.
you'll get to you faster.
And everywhere I went, I never went for trophies or anything like that.
Me neither.
Whatever reason those trophies came along, I don't know how it became in the because even when I even went through it with Mike Supreme when I was out there in Europe. You know, I think it was in Amsterdam. I think it was Luxembourg. No, Amsterdam. Mike Supreme was out there on his tour, doing his
Mike
thing.
Supreme.
Yeah, shout out Mike Supreme. We went out there to Amsterdam and in the Netherlands. Amsterdam gave me much love, man. Every person out there,
Oh,
man.
that's Loco out there. Shout out to Loco in Amsterdam.
Loco, show me love, bro. Met his mom, his wife, the family, the chat. Everybody was real nice. Everybody was love, and that's good experience, you know, going out there and experience and knowing how they do things overseas.
Yeah.
And definitely, you know, they had the same thing, like who's the furthest travel and I'm like, okay, I come from New York.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm
then
far.
Chicago, and they're looking at the map and they're going back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, now we're gonna go through all this thing. But then of course, Chicago was still more. I'm like, Mike Supreme, but you are here in the concert. You didn't really come over here for the event.
That don't
but
count.
I said, I said, you don't count, no, but take it, bro, because I didn't come here for trophy. I came here to film and document and have a good time with the family. So my butt was nowhere near fighting for any trophy or longer distance travel or anything like that, because I never went to the books and signed up. I never signed up on anything, you know, to try to get anything because I wasn't there to compete, but just to enjoy the event with the family. Everybody had a
That's
different.
beautiful.
Every event is a different story to tell. So I can't compare this one to this one. Because even when I went to Tyler, Texas for the first time, you know, it was something that, it was united, it was small, it was close, but the event was dope.
Right.
The event was dope. I filmed it and it was fun and I got it on YouTube too. So no matter how big or small an event is,
Still have a good time.
I was there, I experienced everybody does their own thing, their own way. And it's always appreciated when they see JAYBOSS popping up.
Right.
And Pahogi was the one that got me out there. So big shout out to you, boy. I can't leave you behind, you know what I'm saying? Because you're the one that made it happen.
You named 3 places. You named Miami, LA, and Phoenix. So where are the other 2?
And then we have, it's hard to want to pick. Well, ATL gave me a lot of love in 2010. ATL was crazy.
ATL is always a good time.
ATL was crazy.
Yeah. Just the food in
can't even
Atlanta
be honest.
alone makes
I think
me
I would name all 5 pillars because eventually, you know, they did their thing. ATL did their thing. And what other big one that I probably went to that, there's so many. And it's I'm not even comparing, like I said. Every event I went to, there was always love. The respect was always there.
All right, give it. Who's
the
number
reason
5?
for me going out there is just
5.
the point. I want to say it. I don't want to say it. I want to say it.
They'll be okay. They'll be all right.
Be like, hello, Memphis. I'm gonna bring it in with Memphis. You
Shout
know.
out to my girl.
Memphis did it, man. Memphis did it. They went
That's
deep.
free. State rep is free in Memphis.
Lil Dog.
Tennessee.
Yes, Tennessee. Little Dog with. We got a long history, and we talking about back then. I think when I started off with Little Dog, that he was prospect. You know, hit me up. I guess free. Gave him a task. Find out who the hell is JAYBOSS and know a little bit about him. And the first time he called me, we clicked. And we were hours on the phone talking about a lot and history and, you know, the way we do things. And that was the man that got me out there a couple of times. The last cruise we had, he got me out there and we even did a cruise that.
Oh, I love it.
Rough Riders came out. It was fun, man. So Memphis, I gotta give it to you. And there's a lot more because even Puerto Rico put it down. Oh my God.
I can't believe you even mentioned Puerto Rico.
Since day one, Puerto Rico, I've been there since day one.
Yeah.
Years back to back when they first started.
I went to one of their events. Actually, I've gone to 2. The first one I went to, the meet and greet, I couldn't even make it to the next
The clubs,
day,
the beach, the food,
oh my God.
the people, the location. Last one I went in Ponce,
Shout out to Big Daddy in Puerto Rico. I miss him. I miss
Big Daddy,
He's a nice guy.
He was always getting him around. And I actually went to Puerto Rico a couple of times. The Big Daddy had events.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with the all, but it was a good thing that he was doing with the community for Christmas, gifts for kids, and had other people show up, concert. I even went out there, you know, special invite, and you know, he was always on top of a lot of things.
Yeah, we did a showcase
and even
out there.
Frank White, when he first opened up, I can't leave Frank White behind, man, 'cause Frank, bro, that's my brother for life too, you know what I'm saying? And even though it started, well, coming into Rough Riders, you know, and a lot of people probably won't even know it would be called, and whatever happened, I never had beef with anybody.
Yeah.
Never in my life had beef with anybody in the art. I always respect.
Yeah, I can't say anybody was like, yeah, I can't
They always
stand
show
you.
love.
I've never heard that.
Elias never had any issue with anybody or with any problem.
Well, you and I had
with
beef that
corporates
one
and
moment.
things like that.
We had beef, you and me, in Phoenix. No, I'm joking.
That was no beef, man. That was
He was
nothing.
beefing, JAYBOSS.
That was all fun. That was all love and fun. That's the
He
way
was
I
ready to
see
fight it out. That little. I got, you know what's so funny about that trophy? Because it was a really cool trophy. I literally had an issue at the airport with that trophy.
You did?
Yeah, because I put it in my, I checked it in.
Because it was a steel, nice.
Steel thing, yeah,
Oh,
man. They were like, where are you going?
And I would have put it in the.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Like what it is, yeah, Brooklyn.
Shout out to
But
State
always
Brooklyn.
been there, man.
Yeah,
Always
cool
been there.
people.
That dude is always like, he always had my back.
Now,
To this
what's-
day right now, if I tell you. Even
course.
when I went this year, that I haven't been there since 2017.
Now, what chapter, where do you want to go? Do you have a list of where next places
Well,
you
I
want
don't
to
have
go?
a list. I would have been, my goal was, and I still say I'm a Rough Rider, and if I still get the opportunity and chances, you know, circumstances, situation, and economy totally different. Like, my funds went down. Everybody go through a lot of stuff, and I did have fun while I can. And like I said, from Luxembourg, anything overseas. Paris, Joe Camel, a lot of love to my brother, bro. Took me into his house. I had my car rental, I had the hotel. He said, you ain't going nowhere, you coming home with me. His girl, the family, the chapter, you know, Joe Camel did his thing too. And funny thing is, while I was in Amsterdam and I was out there, I had him prospecting. President, man. It's like, I get to see all these people that started off years ago and they in position now, and they're always gonna remember.
Yeah.
Always gonna remember. So from being out there, you know, was it France? Yeah. Was it France? When I went Paris, France. I'll get them all laws.
Paris is in France.
And then I think Amsterdam.
And you went to Tokyo.
Oh my God. Oh, and Tokyo was another one that I did for the first time, and I definitely gotta go again, and I gotta give it to them. You know, they actually went to pick me up in the airport. We went to a lot of places.
I don't think there's a place you haven't been.
Oh my God.
I mean, we just random. I think
if there's one in New Zealand, definitely I want to go to New Zealand.
Guam. There's
Yep, I've got, and Guam had invited me a couple of times.
Did you go to Hawaii?
Guam, I was gonna go to Guam, and due to storm or something went on that it was impossible to go out to Guam. And I'm looking at this little map. You can even see it out of zoom in, Guam.
Did you ever go to Hawaii?
No, haven't been to Hawaii yet. Love to go to Hawaii. Haven't been. There's a lot of places that I haven't. I've been. Like I said, situation, things went down on YouTube. I had my personal life going on, the family, the kids, work. Then work started cutting out on hours, and I did everything. Besides,
life is
I'm a doorman downtown, and I've been like for 21 years, because a lot of people probably always see me with all these little toys here and there. I'm not into nothing in the street, you know, even though you probably think that, oh yeah, yo, look at him in the back, he's always jeweled up. He probably doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But you have to think everything.
That's how you, people can't judge how you spend your money.
Yeah. How I spend it, where I go, and what I have.
And you're enjoying your life.
I'm honest. I'm here and never been into that exposure. But at the end of the day, I used to babysit dogs, walk dogs, do windows in my job. I did whatever it took just to get me to an event.
There you go.
So it was not easy to try to put my money together to try to hit an event.
You had to get out there and hustle.
So most of the time that I was out there doing my thing.
And hustle legally.
Legally. Everything was legally. Everything was legally. And doing all these things back and forth, it was just like, oh man, I gotta go out to this event. I gotta put things together. And at the same time, it's just the point of travel the world. So one of my main things I really wanted to do was, I had to hit all 50 states, 52, 55, 60 states, because I'm included even overseas. It must have been like over 60, I had over 60 or between 60 or 70 places that I wanted to go, including United States.
Right.
Wherever there was a Rough Rider, I definitely want to just document and be everywhere. But Texas is another place, besides Tyler, Texas, I know Dallas. I mean, a lot of places that always wanted me to probably just go out. The situation and financial situation was that, you know, I couldn't go everywhere every time because it was by myself.
Yeah.
And not only that, you go out there, I'm actually filming and I got to put everything together and I got to edit myself and I got to
it's
put
work.
everything and
It's
post
work.
it out there. So it's a one-man gang doing everything.
How hard is it to maintain
Oh my God.
a relationship? Like
Oh my gosh.
You know, a personal relationship. How hard is it?
It took a minute. It took a minute.
Yeah.
12, 13, 12, 14 or whatever, got involved and that alone just took away a lot. I was still moving around and doing things, but you know, we always want to respect the house and family comes first.
Yeah.
Rough Rider family's here and they're all gonna be part of my family because it's a lifestyle. But once you get involved and you got kids, you got family, you gotta take care of them home first, you know, work, home, and you know, the lifestyle. But I've been with car bikes all my life since young kid. And if I put a list of cars that I knew and had minivans with air ride, with spinners, bright yellow color that nobody had in the early 2000s that people like, bro, you were ahead of the time because you were getting things for cars that we haven't even heard of. So Lower East Side for a long time got to see that van parked all over the place. I'm like, who the hell this belong to, you know? Before came a Rough Rider, and that took me a lot of places. And then the filming, I got a lot of clips that I have not posted that is out there in the streets.
So now this leads me into, now you're in car show competitions.
Oh yeah.
Have you always been doing competitions, or
I did, yes. Back in the days, I got videos even with a minivan.
Before you
trophies.
Rough Riders, you were competing in car shows?
Before Rough Riders, I had a lot of shows when English Town was popping back then, Rayco and I mean, we used to go to tanks, races, and Hunts Point, where I was all over the place. And I got a lot of footages of a lot of places and car shows that I went, and actually with trophies. And big shout out to Esco from Lower East Side with his little Civic. That dude, he goes by these nuts because the car is blue and he got nuts hanging over the damn car. But that's a brother that I seen him grow up with his father when he had I think it was Suzuki Grand Vitara, and we used to go to a lot of places together. This little kid saw us grow up and he actually got involved with it. And right now, being an adult, his father's down south. Now me and him are doing things together in the events. I win and he win and he does a lot for exposure. But this car game started real early in my time and got more serious when I got the C8. Like, you know what? I really went in hard for this car.
Yeah.
This took me time, money, overtime, and saving just to get the car. And the only reason I got it, and I'm gonna thank my daughters for it, because until they were fine, straight, and financial good to hold on to themselves, my daughters grew up, got the job. My little one finished college, 4 years in FIT.
Congratulations.
And no, yeah, definitely. I was just happy, and I'm still doing for them. At the last minute out there, I want to get me a car. I love the C8. They came out with a crazy style, and that's how I became, you know, we call it in Spanish fiebre, is that fever in the vein for that damn vet. I said, girls, I'm looking forward to want to get this car, but I want to do a lot more for you girls that you've done more than enough. You've always been there. Whatever you want, get it. I cried. I cried and I get emotional because, you know, kids will tell you, do what you want to do, man, because you know you want to be for them from the beginning, and I make sure they were there first. My kids were there first. I don't care what I do, what I have. I gotta make sure my kids are there first. My oldest one gave me a grandson, Ethan. God bless you, Ethan. I mean, I love him. You know, he's Down syndrome, and that's my heart right now.
He's
it's
so
my heart right now.
Cute, that little guy.
Oh my God, that's my boy. That's my boy.
That's your twin.
Everywhere
you know
I go,
y'all look just alike.
He is a die-hard Rough Rider since day one, you know what I'm saying? And he got his vest. Little X showed up with a little bike for his birthday. He's a Rough Rider freak. He knows the anthem. I got him play the drums. he a Rough Rider freak, man. He carried the bloods on him.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, he's with the best. He see me with a shirt, he knows. Everywhere he see a logo, he already know what it is with Rough Riders. And my daughter was like, Dad, it's your turn now. You did a lot for us. I said, yeah, but there's more in life than just want to just get you. You know, like you've been there from camping, from vacations. I bought timeshares for them. We went out every year. It was kind of rough, but everything was fun. And I still managed, mind you. Your people out there don't know how to manage this shit. I'm not a rich motherfucker. I don't really make it out there, and I still manage.
You make it look good,
to make it look easy for a lot of people. Yeah. All these cars and bikes and Rikers and crib, thank you, Lord, for letting me provide money and time and get my own place. I actually got me a house in Jersey, and you know, I'm in between New York and Jersey, but you know, got my car, got my bike, got the crib, got the kids already raised up, everybody came good, and the traveling. So I managed to do a lot, man, just to try to just make my lifestyle worth it in a way that being alone and knowing people, Rough Riders, when it came into my heart, I knew it was just bigger than just bike and cars. The family. So a lot of people think Rough Riders is just record label. Yeah, it started off, of course, we all love the music. Understand? And who didn't love Eve? You know, Swiss Beat always killed it. Understand? And X with the anthem, come on. I think that's what set it off, you know what I'm saying, with the bikes out in the street. And if you don't know the history, see the documentary and you see how it started.
Check out JAYBOSS TV.
But JAYBOSS TV, if you go in there, one thing I gotta say though, I mean, we got like maybe over 100,000. And then I never looked at numbers. Tell you the truth, I never looked at numbers, but I'm like, why did I ever get like 33,000, you know, subscribers on my thing? I think it could have probably gotten bigger, but I never asked anybody to log in, subscribe, or I don't want to say begging because I never begged. I actually did it for people to see what went on in the event. So I never took it as a business, seeing how big YouTube started with the, and one of the reasons is that all the videos that I did, you know, copyright infringement. Every music I was using was DMX music. I was using a lot of songs that was out there in the street that back then. Me not thinking, yeah, I got a couple of strikes. I managed to get 2 strikes, and one more, I said they're gonna cut me off. So I make sure I try to calm myself down, you know, for I would get caught off. So YouTube was still open, but then after I got involved, I wasn't shooting a lot, I wasn't traveling a lot. So the algorithm now is just totally different. Either you gotta pay to try to get numbers up, or whatever it is. I never pay mind to it. So Instagram is the only thing right now that I see that is something quick that I post on what's going on daily to this day right now. And at the end of the day, it's not the same, because I'm not even in there for money either. So none of these social media thing, I make money. If YouTube sent me something, I think it was probably $2,500, $2,400, it was piling up that I didn't know about. You know, I'll go online, I'm like, what the hell I got this money from, what video, whatever. Big shout out to Vegas.
Yeah.
Because that was one that I wanted to pick. That was
a good party.
Vegas, you know, I said Memphis, but you said fire, so I had to say that. But Vegas was another place. That's why I said West Coast was doing it big. 2016 to this day right now, that big last one I did in Vegas, I think it's up to 2-3 million views already. That event, even if you go to my YouTube right now, then you just to put in top videos, JAYBOSS TV, that's the video it's taking it right now. It's like probably 2, 3, maybe 4 million views right now. I'm like, damn. And I did a mix, DMX vocal with some reggaeton beat to see if I could get away with it, but I got back with that too, with the copyright infringement.
I'm gonna ask you a question, personal question.
Sure.
What makes JAYBOSS happy? What makes you happy?
In general, or being in the lifestyle, or?
In general.
In general, what makes me happy?
In the lifestyle, what makes you happy?
In the lifestyle in general, I think being humble. Being humble just makes me the happiest person ever. Why? Because I love everybody. I can't say, we could get a little problem here and there, but just being who I am, I think it's good enough in a way that you're gonna see this recording. Anybody ever had any beef, any problem, any situation, bring it up. And one of the things I always did was that I respected all my sisters. Yeah, and I'm gonna say it here, and even though I'm recording this interview or whatever, there's not one sis that could ever say I ever got with. People could have relationship, but I think that's one of the things that always stuck to me about the brother sisterhood, being a Rough Rider.
Yeah.
I respect everyone. I slept over Yayi's house. The respect, my room, her room, 2 in the morning, you hungry? Fuck it, let's get some Cuban sandwich or whatever. I respect every female or, well, what? I'm not gonna say they were ugly. You got a lot of pretty sisters out there. I'm like, oh. But the respect and being humble and nice the way I was with everybody, that's why nobody ever had beef with JAYBOZZTV.
I think that's why you get,
and that's what makes me happy, because I give love to people, they give it back.
I would say that's why you get so much love, because you're so humble and so genuine that people can't help but to like gravitate towards you. Everybody wants to be around you, be near you, talk to you.
Or when they see you,
a lot of love.
When I show up in the event, or I show somebody, JAYBOZZ is here. Oh my God! Blah, blah, blah. I think I love that. And before being an R, I was always like that, even in the hood. At school growing up, it was just totally different, because you know, you're a man and there's always little fight, little beef and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I grew up with my parents. You know, I'm not a rich kid here and there in the PJs. I always been in New York and Spanish Harlem. It's been all my life, grew up there. And you know, I gotta thank them. You know, we grew up in church, and I got 3 sisters. I'm the only boy. Nobody know my history on my life. And that, you know, my father, when he passed at 52, he was my homeboy. My father was just my homie all along. So that relationship I had with him, I missed it. Yeah. I missed it so much that, you know, I had to take care of my own sisters and do my own things, you know, as growing up. So they see me like I was their dad instead of a brother, which I got 2 older sisters. I come, then my little one. And she's the one that comes out a lot with me whenever there's any event. But at the end of the day, I think being the way I am, that's what I love, that I thank God and my family just bringing me up. The respect, even with my own personal family, that I can't say I ever had any beef either. Okay. Understand? But haters out there and things that I have known about, it's gonna be out there regardless. Regardless of what, and God bless you. And I just keep it moving. I just don't look for any fights or any commotion, or like, oh, my heart broken or whatever. You know, the only thing that really broke my heart, and I gotta say, because this is personal, is that I lost my son a couple of years ago and I didn't know about it. And, you know, he was in Puerto Rico, they got him away. It's a long story, I don't want to get into too much detail. That hit me so hard because I never got to see him. And I had, you know, my nephew, they went out there, they seen him a couple of times before anything. I had him go out there, check him out. But, you know, rest in peace, Buki. I always loved you, bro. I never left your side. And eventually, you know, things went south and he's no longer here with us. And that was my first son. He would have been a Rough Rider right now. Who knows what kind of life he would have had if it wasn't, because they pulled him away. So that's just another thing that I could just let the world know, man. You're a father, you got kids, you're not together, man. Don't take it out on these kids. Please don't. You know, help them build a relationship with their dad, let them be with their mom, split it up, and everything can go well, because pulling back either for money, grades, or whatever harm you think you want to do, you're doing it to the kids. You're not doing it to nobody else. But I'm still moving over because, like I said, I think my grandson came after my son passing, and in a way that I see the character on him, so I just love him. I just love him.
We're gonna do a little quick fire before we end the show, in the conversation. I'll do a little quick fire game. You know,
okay.
It's either you pick this or that.
Shoot.
Okay.
Shoot.
Let's see. Daddy Yankee or Bad Bunny?
I'm gonna go with Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee was doing his thing. Bad Bunny did it big now. I gotta give it to Bad Bunny.
I mean, he did a whole concert on top of a gas station.
Bro, this dude, Bad Bunny's the man, but me, Daddy Yankee got history for so long, the same way when this guy came up, but being that he's been out there in the field longer, I go with Daddy.
You go with Daddy Yankee.
Yes.
San Juan or Aguadilla?
I went to Aguadilla a couple of times, beautiful. At the end of the island, beautiful. But I remember someone in San Juan. I used to work in San Juan. I live close to San Juan. Nothing beats San Juan. San Juan is the place to be at.
There you
the
go.
place to be at.
Viva la San Juan.
Yes. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, East Coast, West Coast.
Well, I'm gonna stay on the Northeast. That's where we're from. And
You said Northeast?
I read, yep, because I'm looking at the map here. So even if someone is here, I'm towards the Luquillo area and Saber on that side on the top, Carolina and all that. It's all metropolitan area. So my father had a house out there. So, I lived out there for a couple of years from 86 or 87 all the way to 90. Once my son hit 1 year old from Puerto Rico, I came back to the United States because my father passed away and I just couldn't stay out there. I'm the only son, so I was out there taking care of him because he had dialysis problems. So being the only son, I had no other choice but to move out there to help him out. I stood there to the end. Once he passed, I stood for another year and I just decided I want to come back home here. But Puerto Rico is beautiful. Puerto Rico is beautiful. We got the house over there and I still want to go over there. But I can't leave New York.
Party
my kids are here. My people, my family is more than I know here than over there. My island is full of family. So Puerto Rico, no matter where I go, the family's all over the place. So I got a big family in Puerto Rico. So
Bikes or cars? Which one?
both of them, but I'll go with bike. And I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm surprised you said that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because right now, I'm holding a Legends bike, which is Cycle Tim. Let him rest in peace.
May you rest in peace.
And that's the transformation that I took later on down the road after that. There was a lot of commotion, a lot of things. We're not gonna get into that. Everything is squash, everything is good. I love everybody. His bike, history says that even when I was riding and I rode a lot with him, dude gave me a lot of tips on riding a bike. And I will respect that, even though I put myself a little bit on the side on riding bike and I'm doing cars now more, but the bike gives me more of that adrenaline where you really want to go. Cars, you secure, you're in a cage, but being on a bike, there's nothing like being on a bike.
So true.
You just open road, the speed limit, you just gone, and the leaning, it's a big adrenaline. Car, you sit down, you drive, and you got your traffic, you got everything you got to deal
Not
with.
like a motorcycle.
Bike, you don't ride it every day, because I got my car. We're in New York, we got winter time, so that's only a summertime thing. But whenever I go out to back roads, twisters, hills, bike takes it. For me, bike takes it, and right now, you're gonna be on the lookout, because I did transform Tycho 10's bike, so it's totally different. The colors, the plastic, the wheels.
I can't wait to see it.
It's just totally different. I think I'll probably posted something up in Instagram, and it gives you a little color shape of what the bike looks like now, but definitely that bike, came from a legend, and everybody knew Cycle 10 just because. And one thing I'm gonna let you know about that bike, it has like 78,000 miles, and I had a title when it had 0. The man rode,
Okay.
77,000. Anybody got anything that high? Let me know about it, because I don't think nobody that I know has that many miles
On
on
their
a
bike.
But at CBR with the title, he got it with 0. It has 77, almost 78.
Last thing, what's a message you want to give those young riders, people that want to get into the car bike, scene, rough riders coming up, like that the next generation behind us? What message do you want to give out? Where do you want them to remember you?
Well, one of the good messages, even if they were to go on history, because you got a lot of prospects, you got a lot of young cats that come in within, through their chapter, they want to come into the lifestyle. And trust me, believe it or not, I get a lot of people. I'm in here because of your videos. I watch all your videos or learn a couple of things or places. This got me into coming in. So the advice I could give to the young riders or young people that want to come in, follow your heart. If you really feel out of your heart that you want to come into the family, don't just adventure with it. That's why we got your prospecting. You come in, check out the vibe and everything, because we family oriented. I mean, within my chapter and other chapters I see, we're all family oriented. So if you want to come in to become a RUFF Ryder just for the name, or just because a lot of people, and this came to my head a lot of times. I came in because I wanted to meet DMX and I want to see the artists and I said, okay, that's a good thing if it came down your way, but if you really want to come over here to become a member to try to bump into artists, it's not gonna happen that easy. Because, you know, artist lifestyle is just two different things. Lifestyle is all the family. Why I won't let it go, and I'll tell you, if you want to join the family, but make sure you really feel to be part of the family. I'll tell you one, I could never let go of the lifestyle for the simple fact, record company, the CEO, big shout out to Wild, the family, you know, your people open the doors for a lot of us. And mentioning Scorpio earlier, you know, expanding it around with the stunts and chapters open up, the 5 pillars and all. I think the family, the unity between the family worldwide, that's why I traveled. That's why when I went to the West Coast, East Coast, overseas, Tokyo, Puerto Rico, Miami, Chicago. Chicago was another spot. Chicago, oh my God, that boat ride. Chicago is the thing too. I'm just gonna keep thinking of a lot of places that I went to. It's just the connection and the vibe you get of the people. Don't be that type of person that want to travel to a state because you want to go to an event and hold a wall up. Talk, I'm a talker. I like to introduce myself to Prospect or to anybody. I never diss anybody. Even videos that I got off of Prospect itself, you know, helped a lot of Prospect, seeing how they're moving up, you know, the model and all that. You want to come into this lifestyle or growing up, or even if you don't want to choose the lifestyle, man, follow your heart. Be a leader. That's where you gotta be. Don't be a follower, because that's what a lot of people do, make a mistake. You wanna follow the next man, the trend, and what they doing, and now everything is social media. Oh, they doing this, they getting that, and you forget about who's around you to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So the real close people that are around you, sometimes be a little careful on who's around you and who's surrounding you, because those that real close to you could probably be the one putting you down and not supporting. But at the end of the day, if you feel it from your heart, go with your guts and do the right thing. And do the right thing and stay out of trouble, stay in school, you young guys.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, appreciate it. I never done
JAYBOSS,
this
for coming
much.
through. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
From the top to the bottom.
Oh my God.
For everything. And everything that you've done for this organization, and you're, you know, documenting all of your travels and all of the lifestyles, and I'm proud to know you, and I'm proud to be a part of Lifestyles because of people like you that we get to meet and be a part of, you know, be a part of each other's lives as well.
Oh,
so
definitely. The champ, I didn't forget you. He called me in the radio one time with his little podcast and, you know, called me in. Yeah, you got to come in and do one other thing, man. But, well, just love and respect and always. I mean, there's so many people throughout the years that I got to respect. And your people, Westchester, only those that knows from back in the day, The Mask.
They know.
If you don't know, now you know. But keep looking, because there's a lot of old things. Just go back to the archive, go to YouTube.
You'll
and back in the day, from 2006 on, it's out there.
Yeah. And I appreciate you once again for coming through.
Most definitely.
And we'll talk again. Shout out to Rick's Magazine for their car shows.
That's it.
Next year we're working on those projects together.
Oh,
as well.
too many things.
Yeah, there's so much that we're working on together.
Oh, and we definitely gonna be doing an interview with Rick's Magazine.
Yeah.
I gotta give it a Rico.
So we gotta do that.
Always been there. He has gotten me into the Puerto Rican Day Parade twice, you know.
Yeah, us too, Rough Rider Radio.
I had some stars, and yeah, that's right. And he came in with Rough Rider Radio, and like I said, we learn how to bond and be together. I mean, if you stay isolated in one location, one place, you ain't gonna grow. Invest in yourself. You gotta go out and put yourself out there and let it be known. Show the love to everybody. I mean, don't keep it to yourself. Show us what you got. And we'll help you grow, and we'll just help each other grow. At the same time, Rick's help us. We try to help him. And right now, besides Rick's, there's other people doing their shows, but Rick's is the man, and we know go way back. Back when Rick's was doing his thing, and salute these guys.
But that's a wrap. And thank you again, once again. This is your girl Info. It's the Ride Along Front Seat exclusive with my boy JAYBOSS. Make sure you check out JAYBOZZTV.
Rough Riders, baby.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Shout out to me. No.
Shout out to you. Yeah.
Definitely, my love and respect always gonna be, man. No matter what happens. I'm here for y'all.
Much love.
Much love.
Much
Respect.
love. All right.